Hello, and welcome to the Energetic Psyche, Season 3, Episode 4, When Caring Hurts, Compassion Fatigue in a Time of Collective Crisis. I'm Dr. Adrian Campbell, and I'm really glad you're here. There are a lot of people in the world right now who are suffering because of what's happening in the United States. Those who are direct victims of the violence taking place, and those of us who are increasing our awareness because we want to help, we want to fight back, and we want to create change. There are truly terrible things happening, and many people are feeling helpless, angry, overwhelmed, and unsure where to put their energy or their emotions. A lot of people are trying to stay informed, to witness what's happening, to continue to care, and social media has become one of the main places where our communities are coming together. Social media can be helpful in this way. It allows people to share information, amplify voices, and stay aware of what's going on. But too much can be harmful. What I'm noticing, both personally and professionally, is that many people are starting to show signs of compassion fatigue, secondary trauma, and possibly even burnout, often without realizing what's happening. This is especially true for people who have never worked in high-stress environments. If you've never been a first responder, never served in the military, never worked in roles where exposure to suffering is part of the job, you may not have language for what your body and nervous system are experiencing right now. You might just know that you're exhausted, that you feel tired all the time, that you're emotionally raw, maybe spinning out, or experiencing physical symptoms related to chronic stress or fatigue. These can be early signals that what you're actually dealing with is compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue occurs when prolonged exposure to suffering, even indirectly, overwhelms the nervous system, leading to emotional, physical, and cognitive exhaustion. It doesn't require working on the front lines. It doesn't require being at the beginning. It doesn't require being on the front lines. It can develop simply from sustained caring, witnessing, and emotional engagement without adequate recovery. For many people right now, compassion fatigue is showing up without a clear name attached to it. So let's name it by going through some of the common signs or symptoms of compassion fatigue, knowing that it can show up in a lot of different ways. Emotionally, it may look like numbness, irritability, sadness, anxiety, or hopelessness. Behaviorally, you may find yourself withdrawing, neglecting self-care, feeling more cynical about life. Physically, as I mentioned earlier, you might find yourself exhausted, experiencing sleep problems, tension, or frequent illness as your immune system is challenged. And then cognitively, this can show up as brain fog, intrusive thoughts, and difficulty focusing. If these symptoms are showing up for you, it's important to seek support. Now, this can be personal, this can be friends, family, or it can be professional. There are excellent therapists who work from both cognitive, which is talk therapy, and somatic, body-oriented perspectives. If you aren't quite there yet, this is a great opportunity to add supportive practices now as a method of prevention. Because what's happening right now is a marathon, not a sprint. This isn't about pushing yourself as hard as you can to make a difference in one big defining moment. This is going to take time. If you want to continue caring, continue creating change, continue showing up, continue being able to fight back against all of this bullshit, you have to take care of yourself. You have to, in order to be able to stay in it for the long run. I also want to take a minute to name secondary trauma because it matters. Secondary trauma can develop through repeated exposure to distressing stories, images, and videos, even when we're not directly involved. Watching video after video, consuming constant news coverage, and emotionally immersing ourselves in others' suffering can have real consequences. Secondary trauma is trauma. When we overdo it, we are quite literally traumatizing ourselves. Again, if you haven't worked in high-stress professions, this may not be something you've ever thought to consider. Even with years of studying this type of thing and working in this field, I still have to pay attention. In fact, the only reason I thought to share on this subject is because of something that happened in my own body. I was watching a video on Instagram and I noticed myself start to tense up. My stomach dropped and I began to feel sick. For me, those somatic cues are a clear signal that I've taken in too much. They tell me it's time to stop, to set it aside, to turn off my phone, and step away from social media. So that's what I did. Afterward, I found myself thinking about all the people out there who don't know what compassion fatigue is, who don't know about secondary trauma, who might think they need to keep pushing, to keep watching to prove they care. Let me be clear here by saying caring deeply is not the problem, but caring without limits can cost you more than you realize. Yes, we want to do something about what's happening. It's important to care. It's important to stay informed. And if you're actively showing up, it's important to be able to keep showing up. To support that, I want to share a few tools with you that changed my life. These tools are also a part of a compassion fatigue resilience program I built with Veterans Yoga Project. The tools are known as Veterans Yoga Project's 5 tools of mindful resilience. And they are, in no specific order, mindful movement, breathwork, meditation, guided rest, and gratitude. In my blog, I list each one of them out and share different examples of how you can practice them. Feel free to check out my Substack with the post of the same name as this episode if you want those details. But here on this podcast, instead of going through the details, I'm going to lead us through a sampling of these practices. I recommend that you are in a place where you have the ability to mindfully turn inwards. And if that isn't where you're at right now, feel free to follow along, but please come back later when you can fully participate. There is no experience required, and all of these practices can be done seated or lying down. Remember that everything is an invitation. This is your practice, and I am merely a guide. If at any time you don't want to do something or it doesn't feel right in your body, just skip it. The most important thing is that you honor you. Now, this practice will take around 30 minutes, beginning with mindful movement combined with a body scan. Then I'll move us into a guided rest in the form of a yoga nidra, and we'll end with a gratitude practice. Breath work will be woven throughout the practice, so you'll get a little bit of each of the 5 tools during our time together. When you're ready, I invite you to find a comfortable position where you will be able to carry out subtle movements while feeling supported physically. This may be seated, lying down, maybe on the floor or the couch or even a bed, or you can choose to stand. And you can always change your mind and change your position halfway through. This is your practice. Now, once you've found a comfortable position, I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze. We're going to begin by bringing our awareness to the breath. Just noticing the inhale and noticing the exhale. We're not trying to change anything here. We're just noticing. Noticing your inhale and noticing the exhale. Just connecting to the breath, connecting to the body, allowing yourself to settle a little more into the position that you've chosen for our practice together. Allowing your jaw to relax, your shoulders to come away from your ears. And just noticing the breath, noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. Now I'm going to invite you to deepen that breath just a bit. So we're going to breathe in a little bit deeper, a little bit longer. Maybe we expand the belly on the inhale. And then as you exhale, allowing that exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. And we're going to breathe like this for just a few moments. Nice deep inhale. Expanding the belly, maybe the lungs. Long, slow exhale. Your own rhythm. Nice, deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. One more. Nice, deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. Now release any control over the breath and just return to your natural breathing pattern. We're going to move through a simple body scan, and as we do so, I'm going to invite you to move different parts of your body as we go through our body scan. Now this is your practice, and you are welcome to move or not move any part that you would like. We're going to start down in the left foot, specifically the left big toe. So bring your awareness down into the left big toe. Just noticing, how does the left big toe feel in this moment? Is it cool? Is it warm? Are there any sensations? If it's bare, can you feel the air on the toe? If there's socks or a shoe on your foot, is there any pressure? What's the sensation of the fabric feel like against that big toe? And just noticing here. No judgment, not trying to change it, just noticing. And then allow that awareness to move into the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and the fifth toe. Noticing each of those toes individually, and then all 5 of those toes together. And if you'd like, you can flex or wiggle or move those toes. If it's available to you, you may even touch that part of your body if you'd like. Sometimes that can help us bring our awareness into that physical part of our body. And then allow that awareness to move into the bottom of the foot, noticing the ball of the foot, the arch of the left foot, the heel of the left foot. Noticing the top of the left foot. Any sensations in the foot. And then moving up into the left ankle, allowing yourself to rotate that ankle, first in one direction and then the other if you'd like. Maybe you flex the foot up and down, just noticing any sensations in the ankle as you move that part of your body. And then allowing the awareness to come up into the calf and the shin. Noticing how this part of your leg feels in this moment. And then up into the knee. Noticing the front of the knee, the back of the knee, the inside of the knee and the outside of the knee. Maybe you bend that knee. Notice how the sensations inside the knee change. Maybe you notice how the skin pulls across the kneecap. Again, no judgments here. We're just noticing. And then noticing up into the left thigh. The left glute. Maybe you tighten or flex these muscles and then release. Noticing how the sensations change in the upper leg. And then allow your awareness to move into the left hip, coming across the pelvic girdle to the right hip, and then moving down the right leg, noticing the right glute and the right thigh, the right knee, the top of the knee, the back of the knee, the inside of the knee, the outside of the knee. And maybe you flex or bend the knee, noticing how it changes any sensations in that joint. And then allowing your awareness to move down the right leg into the shin and the calf. Noticing into the ankle. Maybe allowing a few ankle rolls here, one direction and then the other. Maybe you flex the foot up and down. And then moving your awareness into the left or the right foot, noticing the top of the right foot, the bottom of the right foot, noticing the heel, the arch of the foot, the ball of the right foot. Noticing the right big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and the fifth toe, and all 5 toes together. Maybe you wiggle those toes. And then allow your attention to move back up the right leg, across the hips, across the pelvic girdle, noticing into the entire lower body from the hips to the toes. Noticing any sensations that are present without judgment, just noticing. And then allowing your attention to move up into the lower abdomen, the mid-abdomen, the upper abdomen. Just noticing what we notice. Maybe there's some digestion going on if you ate recently, or some growling if you're hungry. And then moving up into the chest. Into the shoulders, up over the shoulders, into the upper back, the shoulder blades, the mid-back, the low back. Again, no judgment, just noticing what we notice. And maybe you flex your torso from side to side. Maybe you take a deep breath in and expand the belly. But just allowing yourself to notice any sensations in the torso in this moment, without judgment, just noticing what we notice. And then allowing your awareness to come back into the shoulders, specifically the left shoulder. And then moving down the left arm, noticing the left armpit, the left upper arm, your tricep and your bicep. Maybe you flex that muscle grouping. Noticing into the left elbow. Maybe you bend the arm. Notice the sensations might change in that elbow, in the upper arm. Moving your awareness down into the forearm. And then the wrist. The left hand, noticing the top of the hand, the palm of the hand. Sometimes the palm of the hand might be more moist, might be warmer than the top of the hand. And then noticing into the left thumb, the left first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and fifth finger. And then all 5 fingers together, wiggling, moving, flexing. Maybe you make a fist and then release. Noticing what sensations that causes in the entire arm from shoulder to fingertips. And then releasing your awareness of the left arm and allowing it to come across the collarbones into the right shoulder. Noticing into the right shoulder, down into the right arm. Noticing the right armpit, the right upper arm, tricep and bicep. Noticing into the right elbow. Again, flexing or moving anything you'd like in this moment. Noticing into the right forearm and wrist, the right thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger, the pinky. And then all 5 fingers together, Maybe you wiggle, maybe you clench into a fist and release. Just noticing how any changes you make adjust the sensations you feel in your arm. And then coming back up that right arm into the shoulders and allowing your awareness to move up into the neck. Maybe you allow your head to gently move from side to side. Maybe the chin comes towards the chest. Maybe you gently look up towards the ceiling, only doing what feels good for you in this moment. And just noticing the sensations in the neck as you move the head from side to side. Maybe you look over your shoulder, first one and then the other. And then allowing that attention to move up into the head, noticing the back of the head, the top of the head, the sides of the head. Noticing your jaw, your lips, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, and your ears. Noticing the entire head and neck, and then the entire head, neck, shoulders, and arms, and then the entire torso and lower body. Noticing the entire body from the top of your head to the very tips of your toes. Noticing with awareness, not judgment. And then allowing your focus to come back to the breath. And as you take a deep breath in, breathing into the body, allowing that breath to move throughout the entire body, following your awareness from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, all the way to the fingertips. And as you breathe out, allowing any bullshit that needs to be released to just ride on that exhale, right out of the body. So we're breathing in attention and awareness into the body, to every point of the body. And we're exhaling out any bullshit that needs to be released in this moment. One more time, breathing in awareness, mindful attention, exhaling out the bullshit. And then releasing any control over the breath. Settling into the body once again. Now, without opening your eyes, I'm going to invite you to visualize the four walls of the room that you are in, as well as the ceiling, the floor, and your physical form resting supported. Visualize yourself supported and relaxed, the position of your body, your clothes, your hair, and your face. Become acutely aware of the existence of your physical form resting supported and relaxed. Become aware of your natural breath, aware of your natural and spontaneous breath, noticing as it moves in and out of your body without any effort. Notice that the natural breath flows in through both nostrils. Follow the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. There's a sense of coolness as you inhale the breath. Follow this feeling into your nose, your sinuses, the back of your throat, and into your lungs. And then notice that there's a sense of warmth as you exhale the breath. Feel this warmth on your upper lip as you breathe out. The natural breath flows through both nostrils during the inhale and the exhale. Allow your breath to become longer and slower. Take a long, slow breath in, followed by a longer, slower breath out. Make your exhale even slower, and notice the slight pause after the exhale. Slow inhale, even slower exhale, and pause. When you need to inhale, please do so with a long, slow inhale, a longer, slower exhale, and then pause where the body is neither breathing in nor out. Please continue breathing in this way for the next few moments. Long, slow inhale, longer, slower exhale, and then pausing where the body is neither breathing in nor out. Now go back to the natural, easy breath, releasing any control over your inhale or your exhale. I'm now going to invite you to set an intention. The intention should be a short, positive statement. Try to discover one naturally. Just relax and see what comes to mind. And if nothing presents itself, please feel free to use, "I am at peace in this moment." Now mentally state your intention to yourself clearly and with awareness 3 times, knowing that the intention you make during Yoga Nidra plants a seed deep in the fertile soil of your mind to bring about transformation and healing. Also say to yourself, "I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake and relaxed. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake and relaxed." We will now begin a systematic journey of sensory awareness throughout the body. I will invite you to move your awareness to different areas of your body as soon as you hear them named. This is similar to the body scan we did earlier. However, this time I'm going to ask that you say the name of that part of your body to yourself and feel into the specific part of your body, but do not move. The practice will begin on the right side. Right hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Fifth finger. Palm of the hand. Back of the hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Waist. Hip. Thigh. Knee. Calf. Ankle. Heel. Sole of the foot. Top of the foot. Your right big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. Left hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Fifth finger. Palm of the hand. Back of the hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Waist. Hip. Thigh. Knee. Calf. Ankle. Heel. Sole of the foot. Top of the foot. Left big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. Now let's go to the back of the body with your right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right glute, left glute, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, your right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, your forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor, your whole right leg, your whole left leg, your whole right arm, whole left arm, your whole face, your whole head, your whole torso, your whole body, your whole body, your whole body. Now imagine your whole body becoming light, as though you could float away from the floor and toward the ceiling. The head is light and weightless. The limbs are light and weightless. The torso is light and weightless. Your whole body is light and weightless. You are rising higher and higher away from the floor. Now imagine that your body is becoming heavy. Feel the heaviness in all parts of your body. Each part is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. The head is heavy. The limbs are heavy. The torso is heavy. Your whole body is heavy. So heavy that the floor comes up to support you. Now release the feelings of heaviness in the body and awaken the experience of cold in your body, the experience of chilly cold. Imagine being outside in winter without enough clothing. You feel this chill permeating your entire being. Now allow the sensation of warmth to spread throughout your entire body. Remembering the feeling of summer, the heat, when you're out in the sun with no shade, you feel the heat radiating onto your skin, heat all around. Then sense both cold and heat simultaneously. Sense how this acts on your entire body and mind. Now release the sensations of hot and cold in the body. Now begin to concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyelids. Imagine that in front of you there was a screen as though you were at the movie theater. The screen is as high and as wide as the eyes can see. Focus your attention on this mind screen and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. Colors, patterns, light, whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. As you continue to become aware of this space, I invite you to practice detached awareness. Simply notice what comes forward without trying to change or judge anything. We're just simply maintaining awareness of the space. If thoughts occur, let them come and let them go. Just continue watching the dark space. Continue with detached awareness. Now, a number of different things will be named, and I invite you to envision them on the level of emotion, memory, and imagination as best you can. Please move from image to image as soon as you hear the new one named. Peacock feather. Buddha meditating. A good night's rest. Full moon. Foggy morning. The sun shining overhead. A bouquet of flowers. A tall tree. Receiving help from others. Cool, clear water. A relaxing afternoon. Laughing with friends. A warm embrace. Path in the woods. Vibrant sunset. Taking a deep breath. A beautiful garden path. The sound of my voice. It is now time to repeat your intention. Please mentally repeat the same statement you made at the beginning of the practice 3 times. Now come back to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain your awareness of breath, and at the same time, begin to develop your awareness of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and supported. Feel into your physical body and notice the sensation of the clothes that are touching you. Notice the heaviness of your body as it rests supported, and take your awareness into all the points that are touching what is beneath you. The back of your heels, thighs, glutes, shoulder blades, arms, hands, and head. Do not open your eyes yet, but visualize the surrounding room. Imagine where you are in that room and the other objects that are around you. Knowing that there is no rush, allow yourself to rest quietly until you feel ready to move. And when you feel ready, and only when you feel ready, you may start by slowly moving your hands and feet, making sure to take your time, allowing your awareness to spread back through every area of your body, bringing yourself fully back into physical consciousness. When you are sure that you are fully awake, I invite you to place your hands over your heart and take a moment to reflect on one thing that you can be grateful for today. Now allow this feeling of gratitude to spread throughout the body. When you are ready, you may release your hands and gently open your eyes. Our practice is now complete. Please feel free to come back to this practice as many times as you'd like. Know that there are others available on my YouTube channel as well as on Veterans Yoga Project website. I hope you find these tools as supportive as I have, and I hope you will continue to care for yourself as much as you care for others. Together, we are stronger. Thank you for joining me. If this podcast resonates with you, please be sure to subscribe so you can be notified of future episodes. I look forward to connecting in the future.